Are you interested in saving money when it comes to your car? Then meet Robert Sinclair Jr. of AAA of New York.
Among the top things that you can do to save gasoline when you're driving is to slow down. Whatever speed you're accustomed to driving at on the highway, lower it. Accelerate gently, especially if you're in a city urban situation and you've got red light after red light. Accelerate from those red lights very gently. Do your braking early. Come off the gas if you're approaching a red light as soon as possible. Every extra second that you're on the gas, you're burning more gasoline. If you're driving along the highway and you're approaching a hill, speed up before you actually get to the hill, and that way your momentum can help carry you up the hill and you don't have to keep your foot on the gas, burning gasoline as you crest that hill. Well, a lot of people like to let their cars warm up to get nice and warm and toasty on those cold days, but it wastes an incredible amount of gasoline. You know, bear it a little bit, the cold. You can let the engine run for about a minute and then drive gently until the temperature in the engine is at operating temperature. Accelerate very slowly, drive at a low speed, brake gently, and that can warm the engine up without wasting gasoline. A couple of things come to mind when you're buying gasoline that will help you save gas. Number one, let the automatic shutoff on the pump turn it off. A lot of people will add extra gasoline after the auto shutoff kicks in. All that's doing is probably spilling gas out of the filler and onto the ground. Also, after you finish filling your tank and you turn the fuel filler cap, make sure you get 3 clicks. That ensures that the filler cap is on securely and it's not allowing gasoline to evaporate out of the tank. In fact, those bellows that you see on gasoline pumps are used to recover evaporative gasoline. In fact, years ago it was said that some cars sitting in a hot sun are burning more gas through evaporation than some fuel-efficient cars with the engine running. So evaporative losses are very important, and that's why we have bellows on pumps and special clicking fuel filler caps. A lot of people think if their vehicle is burning regular that from time to time they can burn some premium, and it'll be like giving the car a treat, as if the car is a dog. But the car is not a dog. It neither understands nor appreciates treats. If the manufacturers and engineers have designed it to run on regular, it runs just fine on regular. Don't waste money by paying for premium when your vehicle can use regular. We recommend that people avoid buying gasoline when the delivery truck is there making a delivery. What happens is all those hundreds and thousands of gallons are going down into the tanks in the ground, and it kicks up sediment. There's sediment in all gasoline, all petroleum distillate products. And if you're pumping gas while that sediment is kicked up, that sediment can go into your tank, clog your fuel filter or something else, clog your fuel injector, which really ruins fuel economy and becomes a maintenance and repair issue for your vehicle. If you drive with the windows down on the highway, it increases the wind resistance that the vehicle creates. And so the engine's going to work harder and burn more gasoline as a result. And you can save about 10% if you drive along at highway speeds with the windows closed. Generally, with vehicles, for every 5 miles per hour above 60 miles per hour, it's like adding 25 cents to every gallon of gasoline that you buy. The faster you're going above that speed, the more the engine has to work in order to overcome the increased wind resistance. Part of the reason vehicles get better mileage these days is better aerodynamics, but that magical speed, 55 to 60 miles per hour, is still there, and the faster you go above that speed, a lot more gasoline you're going to buy. Manufacturers are using electronics more and more to meet the mileage and emissions requirements that the government has. And as of 1996, there is something called OBD2, Onboard Diagnostics Second Generation. What it is, these are various electronic devices, computers that are controlling various functions in the vehicles so that you get better miles per gallon and cleaner emissions. Now on higher end vehicles, $40, $50, and $1,000 and more expensive, they have certain devices built in that'll let you track miles per gallon in real time. On lower end vehicles, you're able to buy an aftermarket device like this one called the Kiwi and plug it into the port, and so in real time you can see what your miles per gallon is doing and alter your driving style to get better fuel economy. Right now we're cruising at about 55 miles per hour, which is probably for most vehicles the best miles per gallon highway speed. And it does vary slightly from vehicle to vehicle based on transmission, engine size, aerodynamics, but 55 miles per hour is generally the best speed. And our little Kiwi device, which beeps when you're doing bad things, isn't making a peep. So we tend to do pretty well. Now, if we were to accelerate up to a higher speed, you can hear the Kiwi starts to beep, and our miles per gallon, current miles per gallon, dips slightly. When we get to a hill, take our foot off the gas and start to coast, you can see the numbers get very, very good indeed, demonstrating that coasting downhill is a pretty good situation for getting good miles per gallon. And as we're on the downhill, my foot is off the gas and letting gravity do its work. And you can see right now, currently, we're getting 101.9 miles per gallon. If only the whole trip could be downhill.
Your car also needs to be taken care of. So here's Bob Hanley of Elmont Car Care Center with some preventative medicine.
If you're not doing proper maintenance, you are throwing your money away. And given the rising price of fuel at almost $3 a gallon in New York now, it's like throwing your money away. So you get it back in the long run. Checking tire pressure on a routine maintenance, you should do it at least, I'll say, once a month. At a minimum, at the season changes, because tire pressure is affected by temperature. So as the seasons change, so your tire pressure, even if you add or don't add air, that pressure is going to change. So at a minimum, the season changes 4 times a year. Properly, for safety and fuel economy, once a month will do. Checking your tire pressure is very easy. Anyone from a 6-year-old up can do it. All you have to know how to read a gauge. It's typically measured in pounds per square inch, PSI. All you need is a tire pressure gauge, and if you've never done it before, go to your local repair shop, free of charge. I'm sure they'll help. They'll check it for you, but more than check it, talk to him while he's doing it, and he'll show you how to do it, and you could do it yourself in the future. Well, if I had to pick 2 things under the hood that really affected fuel efficiency the most, I would have to say number 1 would be the air filter. It's the lungs of your car, and your car runs on air and gas, not just gas. So if you don't get the air, that means you're burning more gas. That is very important. Secondly would be the antifreeze level. To keep the car running cool, it makes it most efficient. If you're overheating, you're not going to be as efficient. The same with people. If you're overheating, you can't be as efficient. You got to keep cool, and you're very efficient.